A postcard today from your Uncle Harry and Aunt Meghan in LA.
Let me see that. What the hell are they doing in LA anyway?
I want to play you the first of these South Park clips and get you to react.
It's a really good platform to promote my brand.
What is your brand?
This one brilliantly exposes some of the Sussexes' laughable hypocrisy. What?
I'm opening this cylinder now. If you're watching, what a ta-da!
I went online to see what was new with Uncle Harry and Auntie Meghan, and I couldn't find a thing. I would have thought she'd have at least popped up in a tampon commercial by now.
Traits of entitlement, greed, avarice and deception.
You're in America now, and we don't give a shit about you. You're not our prince. You'll never be king. We hate your wife. Stay at home in your $29 million mansion.
Is there anything that you would do differently? Yes, I would ask people to tell the truth.
I have an idea. I was thinking of maybe hosting a little group trip. What would you think about going to London to visit my in-laws?
Buckingham Palace? Yes, please.
Picture this. You're one of the most famous couples on Earth. You've built your entire brand around privacy and authenticity, and then a cartoon brutally exposes every contradiction in your carefully crafted image. What do? If you're Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, apparently you consider suing a cartoon. This isn't just another celebrity feud.
I've read Spare. I've read it cover to cover. They are a damaged couple. They are people in...
Game on, America!
Okay, well, you don't get paid for that.
I don't care. Don't care.
Jiddo, listen to this. Meghan Markle to join the 11th season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Ugh, so thirsty for any kind of attention. I would die before I would be on her reality show.
Everyone says they don't have time to make homemade meals, but if you just have 3 nannies, 2 butlers, a housekeeper, a driver, and a full-time personal assistant, you have all the time in the world. Stop making excuses and start moving snacks from one bag to another.
This is the moment when Hollywood's most untouchable satire machine collided head-on with the most litigious royal couple in modern history. And the explosion that followed? It's still sending shockwaves through Tinseltown. It all started innocently enough. A simple animated postcard from Uncle Harry and Aunt Meghan living their best life in sunny California.
When was the last time you twerked, Alex?
I don't think I've ever twerked in my life.
You must have.
Really? I genuinely mean that. If there's any footage that ever comes out of me twerking, I'll pay for all your pints one night. How about that?
Meghan, she's an American celebrity, so I can kind of forgive her for it.
It's definitely her idea.
She's like, Prince Harry is a prince of the realm. You imagine the centuries of history and tradition in this country, the respectful organisations that he was or is an ambassador of, the military, and you're behaving like that and happy to release it in public. I mean, it's just so demeaning.
Yep, she's a narcissist and he's quite...
Don't worry, my love. He's not gonna get away with this.
Yeah, well, it's technically not a job. Don't know where you heard that.
Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy.
Would you ever consider joining the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Are you serious?
But what unfolded next was 22 minutes of surgical precision comedy that dissected their public persona with the kind of accuracy that makes you wonder if the writers had inside access to their weekly therapy sessions. The episode didn't just mock them. It held up a mirror that reflected every uncomfortable truth about their post-royal existence. The desperate chase for relevance, the contradictions between their privacy pleas and their constant media presence.
When was the last time you twerked, Alex?
I don't think I've ever twerked in my life.
You must.
That's fine, I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
So, do you have any regrets yourself?
Of course. Don't we all? Probably my main regret is, the way that everyone else has acted. That's the thing that's most regrettable, in my opinion.
Trying to make ourselves into a brand just turned us into products. We don't need to be a brand, do we?
My question is for Meghan. Meghan, besides holder of briefcase 24 on Deal or No Deal, what do you think your most impactful role was?
And then people kept wanting to get a picture. Because I'm on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So, a lot of people coming up to us.
The carefully orchestrated victimhood narrative. Every sacred cow was not just poked, but absolutely demolished. And somewhere in Harry and Meghan's Montecito mansion, behind those perfectly manicured hedges and security gates, all hell was breaking loose. Here's what makes this entire situation so deliciously ironic.
A bit of a laugh at Harry and Meghan's expense because I've finally caught up with this South Park episode.
It's quite vicious in a way, but quite funny as well.
What matters is what we have on the inside.
Uncomfortable. I don't think, because she's done this before for photos, I don't think that is a real baby bump. I think
way too big. It's way too big.
And sort of too low as well.
Yeah, it's like a metre out there. I mean, it looks the wrong shape.
Where's she going to give birth there? Through her knees or something? I mean, that is...
It's so nice to have you back in London, Meghan. I've missed our little lunches.
We've never had lunch together, Kate.
Well, we must continue the tradition.
I'm sure it's wonderful, darling. It only sounds shitty.
Yeah, thanks.
Could I play?
Harry and Meghan, two people who've made privacy their battle cry, were now considering the most public legal action imaginable. Think about it. You can't simultaneously demand to be left alone while filing lawsuits that guarantee you'll dominate headlines for months. But according to multiple industry sources, that's exactly what was happening behind the closed doors of the Sussex household.
That's right. Nothing says that you're impossible to work for a bit of a ball ache and an axe grinder than constantly cycling through various members of staff like hot dinners.
All you'd have to do is Instagram yourselves using my ketchup. It'd be a huge help.
I see. Well, that's something we'll definitely think about.
And after the comedy of errors that was American Riviera Orchard and the ongoing chaos of Manic Meg's scam jam car crash as ever, perhaps caution is called for.
It has been several months now since our beloved Queen has died. Our Canadians are finding it hard to go on. All Canadians, that is, except for our first guest, the Prince and his wife.
It's so funny you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know it's Sussex.
It's important we do this ourselves, Harry, and not live off your family.
I agree. We'll just have to find a way to make £50 billion on our own.
Late-night strategy sessions, emergency conference calls with legal teams. Stacks upon stacks of briefing documents covering every surface of Harry and Meghan's home office. The very picture of two people who definitely weren't letting this slide. What makes this even more fascinating is the speed at which everything unfolded. Within hours of the episode airing, whispers were already circulating through Hollywood's gossip networks.
There's talk that the royals are going to sue over this episode now. Would you recommend they do that, Kosha?
No. Look, it's speculation, but looking at their pattern so far, they do seem to be rather litigious.
It has really upset Meghan Markle.
Like the gross disrespect to the intimacy and privacy of marriage and childbirth.
What to do? How are we going to pay for school for Archie?
I have to tell you, I never realized so many things cost money. Like this chicken. I bet you had to pay for it.
Legal threats weren't just being considered. They were being actively drafted. And not just against the creators, but against the entire network and even major sponsors. This wasn't some knee-jerk reaction. This was strategic warfare being planned in real time. Now here's where things get really interesting. When most celebrities get roasted by satirical shows, they might issue a statement, maybe make a joke on social media, perhaps ignore it entirely.
Okay, then you must be in the national system. Oh yeah, is this you? Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim.
Yeah, that's totally me. What did he just say? He victimized me. It's because I'm an ethnic woman. He can't do that. I'll say, wait, you're ethnic? This is an outrage. We'll just see how he deals with my blue pill. So you hate journalists. That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family. Right. So you're a journalist.
Andy, you gotta be kidding me. I've brought plenty of conflict to the show.
I'm sorry, Meghan. It's just not working out. All you talked about all season was your line of ketchup.
But here's the twist. But not this couple. No. They were reportedly crafting what industry insiders describe as a legal masterpiece, if masterpieces could be written entirely in legalese and righteous indignation. The initial draft supposedly read like a royal decree crossed with a graduate thesis on defamation law.
Hey guys, so funny bumping into you.
Yeah, I mean, we all live here now, so not that funny.
Don't you see, Butters? Teaching people to think of their brand just makes more people like them. This whole thing is wrong. They're telling you guys to reduce yourself into products.
Hey! You ever heard of a thing called privacy?
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. Will you two just shut up and go away?
We couldn't get jobs and we ran out of money. We ate chicken out of bowls and rode in big cars full of smelly people to something called work. Every day was a new nightmare.
Pages and pages of British legal precedents that have absolutely no bearing on American comedy shows. Citations from cases that wouldn't hold water in a California courtroom if you paid the judge to care. One legal expert who claimed to have glimpsed the document described it as watching someone try to use a cricket bat in a baseball game. Technically, it's sporting equipment, but you're playing by completely different rules.
We're just performers instead of human beings.
He's right. Trying to make ourselves into a brand just turned us into products. We don't need to be a brand, do we?
Ooh, remind me to tell them the story about when I bought milk.
I think you just told it. Hi, I'm Meghan Markle.
And I'm Harry. Harry.
And we're royally screwed.
Always been a natural creative.
Of course. I remember one example. I suggested to the royal family we should do a Real Housewives of Buckingham Palace, but they were against it every step of the...
What happened to your ring?
I gave it to the working people.
We're the working people.
But here's the thing that makes this whole situation absolutely fascinating from a legal perspective. You simply cannot sue a cartoon for making fun of you. It's like trying to arrest a character in a novel for theft. The First Amendment protections for satirical content are so robust that even suggesting legal action reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of how comedy and free speech work in America.
Hey, lowly cameraman, come over here and try some fried chicken. Try the fried chicken. Try the fried chicken. We need to make it look like I actually care about my camera crew. Come get some fried chicken. Act like you're having fun. Act like you're having fun.
We'll focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
County police station, what's your emergency?
Yeah, the neighbors across the street are setting off fireworks and it's 10:30 at night.
Oh, is it the Prince of Canada and his wife who just want to be left alone?
Built electric cars, he's going to Mars. Why is he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
Yet the threats kept coming. And not just vague intimidation tactics either. We're talking about detailed, multi-page documents outlining potential damages, demanding immediate cessation of all defamatory depictions, and threatening consequences that would make a mob lawyer proud.
Yeah, come on, honey. We don't need this place.
Honey.
Okay, I see. And then you added your husband to your friends and family account. You must be the Royal Prince Millionaire World Traveler victim.
By the way, I love your Luke. Sorry, what's that? You're Luke. You look amazing. You're Luke.
My Luke. My Luke. My look. She liked my Luke.
We want heaven. We want heaven. And you know what else? To hell with Canada. We are leaving. We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people. Come on, wife.
What happened next reveals everything you need to know about power dynamics in modern entertainment. While no actual lawsuit was ever filed, and legal experts will tell you that's because there was never a case to begin with, the mere suggestion of legal action sent ripples through the industry. Suddenly, everyone was asking questions. Would the network back down? Would sponsors get nervous? Would this finally be the controversy that made the creators think twice about their targets?
And I brought some of my homemade ketchup. I'm coming out with a line of condiments, ketchups, mustards, that sort of thing.
We're really taking LA by storm.
Yeah, and the show's been a great platform to help me promote my brand.
It's already a brand. It's called Heinz.
Yeah, we're hoping the ketchups and mustards are going to be sold at Whole Foods, which, would be huge. Oh, and they're all organic in case anyone was wondering.
We were. If you know anything about the history of satirical television, you already know the answer. These are the same creators who've taken on Scientologists, world leaders, and entire religious movements without blinking. The idea that they'd be intimidated by celebrity legal threats is like expecting a shark to be scared of a goldfish. But that didn't stop the rumor mill from going into overdrive.
Well, that's exactly what has happened. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have given their communications team the boot, blaming them for a series of recent PR humiliations.
She is a malignant narcissist.
Get a job, Meghan. Fake it till you make it.
Shed a tear for poor Meghan Markle. There the delighted Duchess was, all set to steal the King's limelight, and then, suddenly, dramatically, she was stripped of the chance. Damn!
Stories began circulating about emergency meetings, sponsor concerns, and network executives reviewing their legal insurance policies. The mere possibility of a high-profile lawsuit was enough to make people nervous, even when that lawsuit had no legal merit whatsoever. And that's when you realize the true genius of the strategy. It was never about winning in court. It was about creating enough uncertainty and fear to potentially influence future content.
Harry and Meghan are their own worst enemies.
This is a disaster. This is a flop.
Whatever the hell that means, perhaps she'll take solace in her own expanding opportunity.
You're in America now, and we don't give a shit about.
Classic intimidation tactics disguised as legitimate legal concerns. Here's what makes this story absolutely perfect. While one side was supposedly crafting legal threats and demanding respect, the other side was turning the entire controversy into material for their next episode.
Anyway, Meghan, you were saying Dorit's such a what?
What? No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything, Dorit.
Well, I heard it somewhere.
Unlike for Harry and Meghan, who yet again seem to have axed their entire staff bod.
Hey, can you two keep it down?
Hey, you ever heard of a thing called privacy?
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard.
Well, it's an apartment, so.
Yes, an apartment palace, I know that. Lots of tiny palaces inside one big over, under, around, and through. Meet Mr. Bunny Rabbit Pool and through! I did it!
Good job, Harry.
It's like watching someone throw a boomerang and then act surprised when it comes back around. The creators' response to the legal threats was reportedly everything you'd expect from professional button pushers. Instead of backing down or issuing careful diplomatic statements, they allegedly started brainstorming ways to incorporate the legal drama itself into their future content.
It's going to have that underlining truth behind all the things being made fun of. So people start to then really question, oh, okay, you know, they're making funny things, that's funny. And they're starting to see.
First time that criticizing the duplicitous Duke and her awful wife was acceptable, especially in the entertainment industry. Now, we know that the episode...
Imagine the absolute audacity of threatening to sue satirists, only to have them turn your legal threats into comedy material. It's like complaining about a comedian making fun of you, only to have them make your complaint part of their next set. Meanwhile, the rest of Hollywood was watching this unfold like the world's most expensive reality show. Network executives were reportedly taking bets on whether the lawsuit would actually be filed.
Where's this beloved privacy that they talk about? Yeah.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
They don't want attention. This is just so attention. This is all about her.
Right.
It's not about...
I'm sorry, I need a drink.
Comedy writers were frantically taking notes for their own material, and entertainment lawyers were probably updating their resumes because someone was clearly about to need their services. But let's talk about what was really at stake here, because it goes far beyond hurt feelings and wounded pride.
Down with the monarchy! We deserve our privacy!
These people.
Jesus, what did they do to you? There were highs and lows. It's all good. Anyway, see you guys at tea. Come on, Harry.
This wasn't just about a comedy show making jokes. This was about the fundamental question of who gets to control narratives in the age of social media and instant global communication. On one side, you had two people who'd spent years carefully crafting their public image, controlling their media appearances, and curating their brand with the precision of a Fortune 500 marketing campaign.
Harry and Meghan have got the South Park treatment. The episode has just gone to air in the United States.
It's so funny, too, that you keep calling me Meghan. You know, it's Meghan now.
These two are not sincere people. They say that they want their privacy.
Every statement, every appearance, every social media post was strategically designed to maintain a specific narrative about their lives and values. On the other side, you had satirists whose entire career is built on taking those carefully constructed narratives and absolutely demolishing them in the most public way possible. It's not personal. It's their job description.
I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me. Maybe in editing you'll fix it.
People were saying meh. It's not meh. It's pronounced me. The H is son.
Like, guys, you don't gotta do this. Please, I'm begging you to.
The collision between these two worldviews was always inevitable. You can't simultaneously court publicity and demand immunity from criticism. You can't build your brand on being relatable and authentic while living in a multi-million-dollar mansion and complaining about cartoon characters.
You're the same.
You're the same.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Any type of flower arranging is just telling a story. What story do you want to tell? Maybe leave the country. Maybe disown your dad. Be creative.
Let's talk numbers for a moment, because the financial implications of this legal drama were staggering even before any actual lawsuit was filed. Industry analysts were estimating that a full legal battle could easily cost upwards of $2 million just to get through the initial motions and discovery phase.
You gotta be kidding me. I've brought plenty of conflict to the show.
I'm sorry, Meghan. It's just not working out. All you talked about all season was your line of ketchup.
I remember back to when I was known more for being a renowned actress in my various roles, such as Rachel from Suits, or Rachel from Suits Season 2, and Rachel from Suits Season 3.
Yes, I think I see your point.
And that's assuming they could even survive California's anti-SLAPP statutes, which are specifically designed to protect defendants against frivolous lawsuits that target free speech rights. The chances of winning such a case against a satirical television show are roughly equivalent to winning the lottery while being struck by lightning during a solar eclipse.
I was living in the middle of nowhere in Toronto, Canada, and I didn't even really know the word royal. I mean, besides the Lord song. I love that song. It's an amazing pop rock ballad.
And everyone does reality TV now, so don't worry about this being a step down for me, because it's not.
I wasn't until you just said it.
Plus, it's a really good platform to promote my brand.
What is your brand?
Oh, I don't know. I'll think of some piece of crap.
But it wasn't just about legal fees. The real cost was in brand damage and lost opportunities. Business partnerships were reportedly being put on hold, pending the resolution of the controversy. Potential collaborators were adding clauses to protect themselves from any fallout related to animated content disputes.
South Park, it's come to life. That's what we're witnessing in this hospital room right here.
You can't sue a cartoon. It's satire. It is what it is.
South Park has done a...
Even established deals were being quietly restructured to minimize exposure to what insiders were calling cartoon risk. Meanwhile, warehouses full of lifestyle products were sitting unsold, their marketing campaigns suspended until the legal storm passed. The irony was thick enough to cut with a knife.
Is this a wrinkle I see in my blouse? Who the f ironed this? I told you to iron this shirt 10 times. It looks like you only ironed it 9.
Who's that?
That's your nephew, Archie.
You're pulling my leg. Why have we not met before?
You've met him like 1,000 times.
Two people fighting for their reputation were actively damaging it with every passing day of uncertainty. Perhaps the most revealing aspect of this entire saga was the reported tension between the couple themselves over how to handle the situation. According to sources close to their inner circle, there was significant disagreement about the best path forward.
Oh, you hilarious, Meghan. Why did you move back here anyway? It was ultimately a tough call, but there were a lot of factors to consider. Thanks. Okay, see you later. Oh, would you pick up some milk?
One approach favored taking the high road, acknowledging that satirical comedy is part of living in the public eye, making a gracious statement about supporting free speech, and then pivoting attention back to their charitable work and business ventures. Essentially, treating the controversy like adults who understand how media criticism works.
Welcome to my garden. Well, it's not my garden, it's a set actually, but welcome to my set.
I want my home to feel welcoming. Do you feel welcome? Does my soundstage welcome you? Mindy and I are such great friends, like besties. Like, I love her. Like, she doesn't know my name, but we're best friends.
The other approach was full-scale legal warfare. File the lawsuit, make it public, turn it into a statement about respect and dignity, and use the media attention to reinforce their victim narrative while potentially intimidating future critics. The tension between these two strategies reportedly led to some heated discussions behind closed doors. One particularly telling moment allegedly involved a sharp exchange about the effectiveness of their various publicity efforts.
It is elevating the ordinary little things. And who got the Kroger peanut butter? It's not even organic.
My soul weeps in languages I've not yet chosen to invent.
Just follow my lead, Harry. I've been on TV for years, so I'm kind of a pro.
Yes, the very famous show Suits.
with pointed questions about which approach actually generated positive engagement versus mere attention. That kind of strategic disagreement reveals the fundamental challenge they face. How do you maintain relevance without inviting criticism? How do you stay in the public eye while controlling exactly how the public sees you? While lawyers debated precedents and publicists crafted response strategies,
of Meghan and Harry showed that the prince's popularity in America had dropped by 3%. Meghan's...
Damn it, now the prince is playing polo on the lawn.
We are here because privacy is a basic human right.
the court of public opinion had already reached its verdict. Social media exploded with commentary, memes, and parodies that turned the entire controversy into entertainment content. The hashtags alone told the story of how the internet processed this drama. Users weren't rallying behind either side. They were creating their own content inspired by the absurdity of the situation.
Show that, and people know when they watch it, it's going to have that underlining truth behind all the
My name is Meghan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy fuck Kale.
Meme creators were producing AI-generated courtroom sketches featuring cartoon characters. Merchandise sellers were offering parody legal documents as novelty items. Even cryptocurrency markets got involved, with someone launching a token based on the controversy that briefly spiked in value before crashing back to earth when reality set in. Politicians seized the opportunity to weigh in on free speech issues.
We couldn't get jobs and we ran out of money. We ate chicken out of bowls and rode in big cars full of smelly people to something called work. Every day was a new nightmare.
You know, why jam, Tom? Why jam? Why jam, you know? Does she want to be, you know, seen as a traditional wife now rather than a grand humanitarian politico, Tom?
I mean, if she does, I mean, good on her. I'm
half winding you up. You must know that. You must know.
Legal commentators used it as a teaching moment about the difference between legitimate defamation claims and hurt feelings. Entertainment journalists turned it into content that generated more engagement than the original episode. What this entire saga revealed was the precarious nature of celebrity brand management in the digital age.
And never recovered. Royal YouTube sensation P. Dina with me now. P. Dina,
Dad, do you have any cash for a cab? Oh, look, Grandma's on the money. I never noticed that before.
Traditional publicity strategies that worked in previous decades are completely ineffective when dealing with viral content and social media amplification. The old playbook said you could manage controversies through careful messaging, strategic interviews, and coordinated media campaigns. You could control the narrative by controlling access to information.
Why did you bring that with you again, Harry?
You know, in case someone wants a massage, I'll do a few amp calls.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
And limiting the platforms where discussions took place. But that playbook is useless when dealing with animated content that lives forever on the internet and generates infinite derivative works from users around the globe. You can't cease and desist your way out of becoming a meme. Marketing teams were reportedly preparing multiple campaign scenarios depending on how the legal situation resolved. Color-coded strategies for different outcomes. Crisis management protocols for various levels of public relations fallout.
You just can't keep faking it. It's too hard.
Electric cars, he's going to Mars. Why is he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
Even their business partnerships were being restructured based on potential controversy coefficients. It was like watching someone try to control the weather by filing complaints with meteorologists. Meanwhile, the network's legal team was approaching the situation with the confidence that comes from decades of experience defending satirical content. Their office walls are decorated with reminders from previous battles, including framed copies of failed lawsuits from celebrities who thought they could intimidate their way out of being comedy targets.
We want privacy!
Okay, then you must be in the national system. Oh yeah, is this you? Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim.
Yeah, that's totally me!
Their strategy was straightforward. File counter motions under First Amendment protections, demonstrate the clear satirical nature of the content, and let the legal system do what it was designed to do. Protect free speech from frivolous lawsuits by public figures who don't like being criticized. The creators themselves were reportedly treating the entire controversy as validation of their work's effectiveness.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
Okay, I see. And then you added your husband to your friends and family account. You must be the royal prince, millionaire, world traveler victim. That's right.
When your satirical content generates legal threats, that means you've successfully identified and exposed something that your targets desperately want to keep hidden. Their response strategy was pure professional comedy writing. Take the controversy and make it funnier. Turn the legal threats into material for future episodes.
And you know what else? To hell with Canada! We are leaving! We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people! Come on, wife! We want privacy! We want privacy!
Transform the intimidation tactics into comedic gold. And then the next episode aired. No delays, no modifications, no backing down. The world held its breath for about 30 seconds before collectively shrugging and moving on to the next piece of entertainment content. All those legal threats, all that strategic planning, all those emergency meetings and crisis management protocols, none of it mattered once the episode was released into the wild. The internet consumed it, processed it, remixed it, and made it part of the permanent cultural landscape. Social media timelines exploded with reactions, commentary, and analysis. Content creators built entire videos around breaking down the controversy. Late-night talk show hosts used it as material for their monologues. The story had taken on a life of its own that no legal strategy could contain or control. What this entire saga demonstrates is a fundamental truth about fame and criticism in the internet era. Once your story becomes content, you've lost control of the narrative. You can hire the best lawyers, craft the most sophisticated publicity campaigns, and spend millions on brand management, but you cannot stop the internet from turning your drama into entertainment. The traditional celebrity playbook assumed you could manage controversy through careful messaging and strategic legal action. But that assumes a media landscape where information flows through controllable channels and public discourse happens in predictable forums. Social media changed all of that. Now, every controversy becomes source material for thousands of independent content creators. Every legal threat becomes a meme. Every attempt at image control becomes evidence of the very behavior being criticized. Months later, the dust has settled, and the lessons are clear. The legal threats never materialized into actual lawsuits, because everyone involved eventually realized that you cannot sue your way out of being satirized. The controversy generated more attention for the satirical content than any marketing campaign could have achieved. More importantly, it established a precedent for how not to handle criticism in the digital age. The Streisand effect was on full display. The attempt to suppress the satirical content only amplified its reach and impact. Entertainment industry professionals now use this case as a textbook example of how traditional celebrity crisis management fails when applied to satirical content. Law schools discuss it as a demonstration of why anti-SLAPP statutes exist and how they protect free speech from frivolous lawsuits. The creators walked away with material for future episodes and confirmation that their satirical approach continues to be effective at exposing the gap between public personas and private realities. In the end, this wasn't really about a comedy show mocking celebrities. It was about the collision between old-school celebrity culture and new media reality. It was about the futility of trying to control narratives in an age of infinite content creation and global instant communication. The couple learned that legal intimidation tactics don't work against professional satirists with First Amendment protections. The creators learned that their work continues to be culturally relevant and legally protected. The entertainment industry learned that some battles aren't worth fighting because you've already lost the moment you decide to engage. But perhaps the most important lesson is for anyone who chooses to live in the public eye. Once you become a public figure, satirical criticism comes with the territory. You can handle it with grace and humor, or you can fight it with legal threats and public relations campaigns. But you cannot make it stop. The internet has the final word on everything, and its verdict was clear. When cartoon characters are funnier than the real people they're mocking, the cartoon wins every time. And in the digital age, that victory lasts forever.